Hey guys, welcome back to another DIY video. In today's video, guess what we're doing? Old notorious, the Volkswagen Audi electric thermostat housing with the water pump. These are so common, so if you've owned one of these or you've worked on one of these, I'm sure that you've done one at some time. Today I'm going to show you the easiest way it is to replace it, in my opinion anyway. Off the top, I'm not going to take the front end of the vehicle off. I'm not going to take the inlet manifold off. I'm going to show you the easiest way that I think you can do this job. If this has helped you out, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. I am going to split this video into two. So I'm going to be doing part one is the removal, part two is the install. So do subscribe to check that out. But let's get stuck into it. I am going to put a link for everything that I've used in here, so if that helps you out, check out the description for any links. Also, if this has saved you a lot of money, either as a shop not doing it or you're doing it yourself, consider sending us a super thanks. It really helps me make more videos like this. So now this is everything I have here to do it. Obviously I've got the new pump, thermostat housing. This is an aftermarket one. Some people always say genuine. I don't believe you have to go genuine for this job because they do give so much problems. It comes with a new belt in the kit. So this one is Inner, which is a good German brand. I've also got the new Union here. Keep an eye out for this, especially on the install video, because if you've never done one before, this can give you a lot of problems. So that's our new Union and our couple bottles of coolant. Again, I'm going to put a link to as much as I can, so if you need some, check it out in the description. Now, depending on what year and model car you have, there is a bit of a variation between the different setups, but other than that, it pretty much is all the same when you get down to it. So to start with, I'm just going to take off these two T25s here, take out this cold air intake and move the airbox. That off. Then to remove this, T25 here, T25 over here. Comes out, go. So next I'm going to remove the airbox. So just a vacuum hose here. And then just that spring, if you got a pair of spring clamp pliers, really helps. And the airbox just sits on some rubber grommets. So you can just, that one was tighter than normal, but those rubber grommets there just go off those hooks there. Remove the T25 there and there for this pipe. Now while you're here, loosen the clamp for this boost pipe. In there. So once you've loosened the clamp, if you have one of these hook, just run it around the boost pipe because it has to come off, just to break the seal, and that makes it so much easier to come off. So next we're going to get ready to pull this radiator fan out. So what you have to do with a screwdriver or something is push this tab in and then pull up on the fan. Well, see that, how it's released? Release that and pull up. There's one on each side. Another one over there. Once you've done that on each side, you should feel this fan move up and down. Okay, so now underneath the car, you can see that the mess that this is making under here. So the first step is just remove the tray, whatever tray you have. And now I'm going to start by taking this hose off first, this intercooler pipe. So a clamp there and a clamp there. Now I'm obviously using a lift because I have one and it's much easier, but you can do this on the floor at home. Loosen this one, loosen this one. Take this hose off. So next we're going to pull this radiator fan out. So So that's just the plug up there. So you just have to pull that out of that holding bracket and disconnect that plug. So that's disconnected. There's just a red locking tab. It's in a difficult spot. You just have to flick that up and then disconnect it. Okay, now this is the fan. Because we disconnected that top part, remember, we're just going to flip that over. It's 2 hooks and that will come out. Okay, so that fan's out the way. That gives us some room to get to these pipes. Okay, so first up, we're gonna take this pipe off here. So we'll disconnect this plug here, disconnect this hose here, and then there's one T30 there. So I'll loosen this clamp, disconnect this plug, remove this hose there, remove this T30 there. There's actually another T30 behind this plug here, forgot. That off. Now they're all off. Now this is why we loosened that boost pipe from the throttle up top before. So we can just pull this hose, this pipe, straight off. And there we are. There's 2 more things I'm gonna do while we're under here is I'm gonna remove this T30 for this other pipe. Makes it easier for later. And I'm gonna disconnect the plug to the thermostat housing, which is there. You just pull that security tab down and disconnect it. Make sure you don't forget that later. Now also, with this really long extension, 1/4 inch extension, and the T30, I'm going to take out these 3 bolts for the throttle body. So I'm gonna remove that one, that one, that one. I'll loosen the top left, but I'm not gonna take it out fully, just so it holds it in place. So I'll remove 3 of these bolts. So you can see those 3 are gone. That top left is loose. I've just left it in there, a few threads, just to hold the throttle in place. I'm gonna take it off from the top. Okay, so we're now back on top. And this is where I've put my drain tray under the car because things are gonna start getting messy. We've now got our spring pliers back out and we're gonna remove this plastic hose here from this hose. Again, you may need to use a hook plier like I just did. That was pretty tight to break that seal. And then once that's done, you can just let that hose sit there out of the way. Next, disconnect the plug from the throttle body there, and then we'll just remove that last T30 that's there. Plug's off. Once that T30 is out, you can take the throttle body out and look at the room we got. So the next thing, I'm going to take this small pick and remove this securing clip of this top hose. Okay, so that's that. The securing clip, be very careful not to lose these. And these hoses can get a bit tight, so I always just spray a bit of like a lube spray on the openings just to let it sink in. Once that's off, you give these a bit of a wobble and they should come off like that. Push that out of the way. Next, I'm going to remove these plugs. So you just pull them all out. 1, 2, and there's one on the back, and just disconnect them. So there's those 2 after they've been slid out. And there is one more just there. This one's a bit tougher to get to, so I use a pick. Again, you just remove this tab. So now that bracket that these plugs were held on, there's two T30s there and there. So I'll use a small ratchet to take these two 30s off. That's the bracket with the two T30s off, although this won't come out just yet because that back plug clips into this bracket. So this is a bit of a pain, but it's got a release tab at the back end of it. You have to release that plug from this bracket. So there you go, that's that bracket. So that tab slides onto here. So from the back with the hook, you have to push down on the tab and push the plug off that way. There's not much room, so it is a bit of a pain. Next, I'll take off this T30 here from this pipe. This is also the same pipe, but we remove the plug down the bottom. It will give us a bit more room this way. So I've taken that off, and you can just see that just gives us a little bit more room with that. Next, we're going to remove this hose here so again, this has a locking clip, a securing clip. So we're just going to take that out. Again, be careful not to lose it. So I've taken this clip off, give this hose a wobble. Make sure you got your tray under there, and don't lose these. Now we do the exact same thing with that bottom hose. Next, we're going to take off the drive belt from the water pump, this is a new one, which runs along here. So there is a cover that sits over it, which blocks us. So it's held in by two T30s. One of them's here and the other one's down the bottom. So once you remove those two T30s, it's a bit of a wrestle. Then that just comes off. That's the cover. That's where the two T30s are, if that gives you an idea. So then there's a drive belt on the gear. So now you simply just get a screwdriver and you can just lever it off. There you go. So we're now up to the part we're going to unbolt the housing. So the easiest way to do this is to look at your new one. So it has 5 T30s. That's where they're located. 1, 2, 3, and 2 at the bottom. So I'm just going to take those off, and then the union sits over here. So once you unbolt these 5, you simply pull it out a bit that way, and it comes out. Let's see how we go. Alright, so all 5 of those T30s now off, so this should there we go. You can see it leak. Alright guys, that's the first part. That's how we take it off. That'll be it for this video. So I'm going to make another one on how to put it back on. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, let me know what you think. I'd love to know if you have an easier way. See you next time.